Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday Fun Day. Fill up your cups. I hope you had an unstoppable Saturday because I am feeling relentless and unstoppable after reading this book by Tim S. Grover. And I found so much cool stuff with him in it. He is so inspiring, you guys. Like, check out his videos, check him out on Instagram. I love everything this man has to say. So I mentioned yesterday morning a little bit about this book. It is about elite athletes like the Michael Jordans, Charles Barkley, Dwayne Wade. He's worked with all of these elite, I think 11 Hall of Famers, he says, and this book was in 2013. So I'm sure he's worked with more. He even worked with Kobe. And he talks about Kobe a lot in this book too and what set him apart. So it's really great. And I mentioned yesterday he breaks people into 3 groups: cleaners, closers, and coolers. Okay? Coolers are good, closers are great, and cleaners are unstoppable. And this is all about, and he even says in this book, it's another car analogy, which is so fitting. Everything just keeps working out to fit what we're talking about and where we've been and where we're going. So I love those connections too, but this is about shifting into high gear. So we took our governors off in Can't Hurt Me and the 40% rule. And now we're shifting everything into high gear and being relentless and becoming unstoppable. So what are coolers, closers, and cleaners? Because I think you need to find out which one you identify with the most for you to know where you need to go with this. And he says, everyone has a different definition of personal success. Some people allow life circumstances to decide for them. Others decide what they want and say good enough when they get it. And then there are a select few who can't even define success because they keep raising the bar on what it means. Coolers, closers, and cleaners. You'll consistently find that most people are coolers, a smaller percentage are closers, and maybe, just maybe, there's a cleaner in the group. A cooler is careful. He waits to be told what to do, watches to see what everyone else is doing, and then follows the leader. He's the setup guy, keeping things cool until the closer or cleaner can take over. A closer can handle a lot of pressure. He'll get the job done if you put him in the right situation and tell him exactly what to do. A cleaner is rarely understood, and he likes it that way. And then he gives some examples, and I'm just going to share a couple of my favorite ones with you. He says, coolers can have an amazing game. Closers can have an amazing season. Cleaners have amazing careers. Coolers worry about the competition and how they measure up. Closers study the competition and plan their attack based on the opposition. Cleaners make the competition study them. They don't care whom they're facing. They know they can handle it. They can handle anyone. Coolers avoid taking the winning shot. Closers take the shot if they know they have a good chance of making it. Cleaners just trust their gut and shoot. They don't have to think about it. Coolers won't offer to take on a role they're not comfortable with. Closers will take the role if you ask them, and they will do it well if they have enough time to prepare for and study the material and the situation. Cleaners don't wait to be asked, they just do it. Coolers let others decide whether they're successful. They do the job and wait to see if you approve. Closers feel successful when they get the job done. Cleaners never feel as if they've achieved success because there's always more to do. Coolers will eat whatever you feed them. Closers will order what they want and be satisfied with a great meal. It doesn't matter what a cleaner eats, he'll still be hungry again in an hour. And then I love how he says this. The closer can win the game if given the opportunity, but the cleaner creates the opportunity. The closer can be the star, but the cleaner maneuvered him into the job. Cleaners never need a kick in the ass. Everyone else does. Good, great, unstoppable. And then he goes into 13 traits of every cleaner. And this is about how we get relentless. These are the traits that make people relentless and unstoppable. It says, when you're a cleaner, you keep pushing yourself harder when everyone else has had enough. You get into the zone, you shut everything else out, and control the uncontrollable. You know exactly who you are. You have a dark side that refuses to be taught to be good. You're not intimidated by pressure, you thrive on it. When everyone is hitting the in case of emergency button, they're all looking for you. You don't compete with anyone. You find your opponent's weakness and you attack. You make decisions, not suggestions. You know the answer while everyone else is still asking questions. You don't have to love the work, but you're addicted to the results. You'd rather be feared than liked. You trust very few people, and those you trust better never let you down. You don't recognize failure. You know there's more than one way to get what you want. And you don't celebrate your achievements because you always want more. And then I love what he says next. He says, but I also know what you might be thinking. Why? What's the upside to being like this? Never satisfied and driven by an addiction to success that never relents? Why put a value on being uncomfortable and alone? Why would anyone crave more pressure, more stress, more intensity? I'll tell you why. Because the reward is just so effing good. You do all of this to achieve what few others will ever comprehend or accomplish. If you're serious about going where you've never been, pushing higher and further than you or anyone else thought you could, it's time to trust the voice inside telling you to do what you know you can do and become truly relentless. I am just so motivated by all of this. And he says, here's the good news. Before you run away thinking you can't possibly live your life this way, it's not necessary to be a cleaner in all aspects of your life. It's impossible almost to be a cleaner in every aspect. There are going to be, if you excel in one area, there's going to be another area that you will fall short in. This isn't about being unstoppable 24 hours a day and 100% of the things you do. This is about finding your voice, finding where you want to be relentless and then attacking it and not stopping until it's done and then finding the next thing to go on to. The cleaners are self-made. He's addicted to the exquisite rush of success. His lust for success is so powerful, the craving is so intense that he'll alter his entire life to get it. And it's still never enough. As soon as he feels it, tastes it, holds it, the moment is over and he craves more. He just loves that end result. A cleaner is never ever content. Cleaners understand they don't have to love the work to be successful. They just have to be relentless about achieving it. And everything else in between is a diversion and a distraction from the ultimate prize. Cleaners are rule breakers. And he says he calls them cleaners specifically because they take responsibility for everything. When something goes wrong, they don't blame others because they never really counted on anyone else to begin with to get the job done in the first place. They just clean up the mess and move on. And just to finish this up, remember, it's not about talent or brains or wealth. It's about the relentless, instinctive drive to do whatever it takes, anything, to get to the top of where you want to be and stay there. Because a closer can do it once. A cleaner does it over and over and over again. That's what champions do. Being relentless means never being satisfied. It means creating new goals every time you reach your personal best. If you're good, it means you don't stop until you're great. If you're great, it means you fight until you're unstoppable. It means becoming a cleaner. So where are you? Who are you? Figure it out. And we're going to keep going on this because this book is about shifting into the next gear. We took our governors off. We're max capacity. We're asking ourselves, what am I capable of? And we're going for it, guys. We are going to become unstoppable. And we're going to keep doing the work and keep pushing and keep going. So go out there, make Sunday a fabulous day today. Do something unstoppable. If you weren't unstoppable yesterday, today's a brand new day. You get to choose. You get to decide. Are you good? Are you great? Or are you unstoppable? Bye.